I'll speak today about Tier 5 religious worker. These types of visa is basically for religious institutes such as Mosque, Church, or for those individuals who want to come to the UK as an employee of any religious institute. In this video, I'll speak about details, eligibility requirement, and the procedure to apply for a religious worker. The first requirement for both employer and employee is certificate of sponsorship. Certificate of sponsorship is a letter from the Home Office with a specific reference number and the applicant details. So if employer want to issue a certificate of sponsorship, what they have to do, they need to satisfy certain requirement before issue certificate of sponsorship. The first requirement is the sponsor, such as the mosque, has to be a licensed body from the Home Office, and they need to carry out a residence labour market test, which is basically they need to provide evidence to the Home Office that they cannot find any suitable candidate to fill up a vacancy. So they need to give advertisement in the local newspaper, in the job center plus, and after 6 months, at least for 6 months, and after the 6 months, if they cannot find any suitable candidate among the UK residents, then they can request the Home Office to issue a course, which is certificate of sponsorship, and the Home Office will issue a certificate of sponsorship digitally within a minute. What they have to do, this is an online application. Once you submit the request, and then immediately a letter or certificate of sponsorship will come to your email or in the desktop or in your SMS management system. Now you have to give the sponsor or the religious institute to have to give this letter to the employee, and what will be your evidence of certificate of sponsorship. There is no salary limit for the Tier 5 worker, religious worker. So you don't it doesn't matter how much you will get or how much the religious institute will pay. Also, there is no requirement for English language proficiency, so the applicant doesn't need to satisfy any English language test. A maintenance fund, the applicant have to provide evidence that they have enough money to maintain themselves or himself well in the UK, and his dependent as well. So the Home Office rule is you must have £945 in your bank account for 3 months and £630 for your each dependent in your bank account for 3 months, and you must provide a bank statement with your application. Alternatively, if your sponsor provide a letter that they will pay your maintenance and provide accommodation, then you don't need to fulfill the requirement of maintenance fund. Application fee, which is Home Office fee, is £244 for each applicant, and in addition to the application fee, you may need to pay the NHS fee, which is Immigration Health Surcharge, which is currently £400 per year. I'll advise you to check with the Home Office at the time you make the application about the application fee and the NHS fee. Now the application process is online. There is no more paper-based application. You see on the screen, if you go to the Home Office website, temporary religious worker, then here is the apply section. So if you click apply, it will take you to the apply page, and then you must apply online, because you can Google it, and Google will help you to find out. Once you click apply online, then it will take you to the application portal of UK Immigration and Visa. You need to fill up the form online, and then finally you need to submit the application online. You also need to pay the Home Office fee and NHS fee while you are submit the application online. Once you submit the application online, then you need to go to the final section, which is section 6, And in the section 6, what you have to do, you need to print the application form, document checklist, consent form, and you need to make an appointment with the relevant embassy, and you need to submit the application form, your passport, with all the supporting document, which is your bank statement, and any other, if you have any religious educational qualification, so you need to provide a certificate. It's not mandatory, but if you give it brilliant. So you need to submit all this application to the relevant embassy, and the embassy will send your all the paper to the relevant anti-clearance officer, and they will make a decision. Now, if they refuse your application, you can apply for administrative review. You cannot appeal against the decision. However, you can challenge the decision by way of a judicial review. With regard to the sponsor, your employer is your sponsor. They can withdraw the sponsor if you don't comply with your visa condition, and if they withdraw the sponsorship, then they will report you to the Home Office. Home Office will curtail your visa, and they will send you a letter, and it will give you 60 days to leave the UK or switch any other category. If you come to this visa, you can go back outside the UK and come back. You will get a visa for either for 1 year or highest 2 year, but it depends on the sponsor how long they will sponsor you. But highest you can live in this visa is 2 years, and within this 2 year you cannot claim any public fund. You can bring your family member in the UK. So you cannot work as a dentist, sport professional, and doctor. This is the certain limitation. You also cannot work in any other employee unless maybe you can work 20 hours on the similar profession of a religious worker. These are the restrictions. What you can do, what you cannot do. I hope you got the basic information of Tier 5 religious worker. If you need any further information with regard to Tier 5 religious route, whether you are a employee or you are a employer sponsor, we can help you. If you need any help, you can contact with the contact details on the screen at my email adb.suhail@gmail.com, or you can contact me via my WhatsApp. And finally, thank you very much for your time to see the clip.